It was a dexterity acrobatics roll.
Probably like 10.
That number is for me to know, and for you to find out if it's a failure or a success.
No, sorry, David. What I mean is, like, to actually ascertain how much the damage was, what did you have to roll?
Oh, I rolled a 3d6.
Oh, he's so lucky then if he only got 8.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, yeah.
David, for some reason it's not letting me turn my guy around.
What, your token?
Yeah, it's not letting me turn him. It just unclicks him.
That is weird, because I can't target anyone's tokens right now.
I
think it's roll 20.
Are we having a schism within Roll20 right now?
Mine still works. It's fine.
Mine's dancing in a circle at the moment.
I could back out and come back in to see if that fixes it.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, sec.
Heavy, you still there, bud?
Pause.
Is Heavy still there? He's quiet tonight. I think is his TeamSpeak or something messing up, or is his internet?
I think it might be a Roll20 messing him up.
Okay.
This TeamSpeak is having a problem in though.
Well, let's all. I'm gonna back out of the game real
that
quick,
fixed it.
and I'm gonna rejoin. So
I start murmuring and swearing in Canary about what I just
there you go,
did.
it works now. All right, so you have a hallway in front of you. The blades are actually back into the ceiling.
I'm gonna cautiously make my way forward and make sure there's no more traps.
I'm gonna send him in first. I'm gonna turn into a
I'm gonna
prima
move you a
ballerina.
little bit. All right, can everybody move over the traps real quick, please, so I can put those away? Pretty please. All right, thank you.
Heavy, are you there, bud?
All right, so
It's said in the thing that Roll20 is lagging him out really badly.
that's weird. So as you move in, you can hear these screams now, and to your north, you can look in, and it's like I said, it's still pitch black in here. You can literally see cages with elves in these cages. To the south, you see a room full of supplies, and it doesn't look like these supplies have been here very long as well. That's the two areas that you can see directly in front of you, and the hallway continues on, and it seems like there's several more rooms.
Mr.
I'm
Elephant?
still proceeding cautiously everywhere I go and looking for stuff.
Miss Elephant, can you check the door to the supply room for traps, please?
There is no. It's just an open hallway. But you can check. Yes, you can definitely check.
Plus, I don't want to look at my token because you're all on top of me.
Okay, I'll move my guy over here for temporarily.
Thanks.
And now you can see all of the elves and they're like, "Oh, thank you. Let us out of here." Oh! This is the first light we've seen in days. Oh!
I looked them over very carefully. Do they appear to have any kind of injuries or anything that may have meant that they actually have been tainted with any sort of taint or curse or anything?
No, they don't look like they've been affected by the blights or anything. They don't have any wounds or injuries, just minor scrapes, and it looks like they're all suffering from lack of water, lack of food, and it looks like they're all suffering from malnutrition right now. They're definitely dehydrated. So
if I walk over to this room with all the supplies in it, can I find any food in that room?
sure, you can find some rations.
I'm gonna ask Alexander to watch my back as I try to free these people.
Okay. I'm gonna stand right in the middle of the room in front of the table, facing this door.
Okay, guess I'll walk up to this one and check to see if the logs are on there and try to take them off.
Yeah, these elves are definitely tired, dirty, hungry, and frightened.
I kind of stick my hands up and go, I know her.
At first, they're a little bit leery of you, and as you get closer to the cage, they kind of shy back towards the back of the cage. But as you break the locks, break the chains, whatever you have to do, and you open up the cage, it seems like they start to warm up towards you a little bit. Especially the Canary. The Canary, they were definitely they've never seen a Canary before, so they didn't really know how to act. But after you've been around for several minutes now, they're actually starting to warm up a little bit to you.
Alright, I will start trying to free them.
Have you want to repeat what you just said for everyone?
What?
I was asking Heavy if he wanted to say what he just typed in.
He's gonna
Heavy,
help
are
Elephant.
you there, Heavy? So is your mic messed up or something, dude?
I think he said he was legged out.
Hmm. And then they say that Mythalon must be stopped.
Okay. I kind of look around and go, "Who is Miss Allen?"
Okay, I walk in the room. Do any of them look like that they would be kind of like the more senior person here? Like, who looks like they
Actually,
the most senior?
one gentleman steps forward and says he is the village elder, and the village elder says that it was definitely Harolyn. He has stumbled upon an ancient magic, and he has changed into this rage abomination, and he calls himself Mythalon for the Child of Vengeance. And he said that you missed Mythalon about a half day ago. He was saying to the other elves that he was going to go back to the city, to the small town of Teventer, and destroy it, because of the troubles that they had caused the Dalish elves several weeks back.
My character starts to laugh.
I say, you said he was heading to Vintiva half a day ago.
Yes, he is definitely heading back to Ventiver to destroy the town and to kill the blacksmith.
Damn it, I wanted to do that.
I say to them, now that you have your freedom, what will you do with it?
Well, they're in they don't look like they're in any state to travel, but there is one elf. His name is Lyrith, I think. His name is Lyrish, and he knows the woods very well. He's lived here his entire life, and he knows a route that is shorter back to Ventiver that you could possibly beat Mythalon, because Mythalon does not know of this route. He says it is a dangerous route, but we can probably, if we leave soon, we could probably beat Mythalon and the rest of the Darkspawn back to Ventiver.
I let him know of the supplies that are in the room opposite, and say that it might be advisable for him to grab what they can and what they need in order to nourish themselves and stave off the malnourishment they are obviously suffering from.
Okay.
And I ask, what can he tell me about the elder that is now calling himself Mythalon?
Well, Harolyn was not the elder. Harolyn was
just a warrior.
He was just a warrior. Yeah, he was the best warrior of their tribe. Okay. And he was the one that always stood up to anyone that had anytime anyone had ever challenged the elves, because as we all know, the Dalish elves are not the most liked people within the within the Dragon Age game. So every time they're whether it be the Avarians or whatnot, or their Dalish elves or the dwarves, it was always he who stood up for the actual Dalish elves. And so when Coelin started all his shit several weeks back at the winery festival, that's when things got heated, things got out of control, and even the elder says that Coelin definitely started it, but the rest of the humans kicked him out of the town of Ventiver, and they went back to their caravan, and we all know what happened to the caravan. And like the village elder had said, he sent, and in fact, I think Ashara had actually told you something similar to the same story, that he sent Hera away from the actual clan to cool down and to just cool his head. But obviously he found this place, and this place is what had the ancient magic that was in a chain link. And and actually Mythalon had spoken freely of this, and there was an altar in this lost city. And when he broke the chain, that's when he became the rage abomination that he is now.
I look around the elves that are now slowly getting out of their cages and kind of milling around a little, and I ask if any of them happen to be healers to assist my canary friend over here, who appears to have collected a few injuries during our battle in freeing them.
None of them are of the healing type.
Are any of you warrior types?
We did have several magi that weren't registered with the Circle Tower, that we kept its secrets, but they are both perish, or they have turned into something else. But none of us here know magic.
And I kind of say, kind of half under my breath, and that is why these people and people like me need to be put in the Circle Tower so they don't get turned into something else. And I kind of say that half under my breath.
Who is the dude in front of me in the black? That guy.
His name is Bob.
I asked Bob if he knows how to use a mace.
He does know how to use. He says it's just a simple weapon. I can use any simple weapons.
Okay.
But I am in no shape to fight. He goes, I
hand him the mace and go, you might need this.
Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it.
David, did they say that they would accompany us, or they wouldn't accompany us?
No, they said that they would love to, but they are just a no. Like I had said, the only person that is in any kind of traveling shape whatsoever is Lyrish, and he said that he will actually guide you back to Ventiver, and he will guide you another route that you had not taken. That he said that if you leave probably within the next several hours, you could probably beat Mythalon and the other Darkspawn back to Ventiver.
Okay, I turn to Elephane and say,
yeah, Bob.
Can you...
Generic name number one.
Check,
his name is Bob.
Can you quickly check through the supply room to see if there's anything that could be potentially of any use to us?
I'll help him with that.
And the rest, and me and Aziza will check further along the corridor to see if there's anything along there that's of any use, so that we can get away from here as quickly as possible and maybe warn Vintiva what's happening, potentially coming its way.
I search this pile of stuff.
Okay, well, give me a search check, please.
Perception?
Perception, yes. And seeing, if you have seeing...
I do not have seeing.
18.
Alright.
Sec. I need to check my perception.
Alright. And we'll say that we'll count that for both of these rooms as well. So everybody give me a roll.
I find a box full of rocks.
Full of coal, and it's close to Christmas. Rock, Robert!
I don't even see the coal.
How about Heavy? Can we get a roll from Heavy as well? Perception, please. And if you have seeing, please add it in.
13?
Alright. basically you find just, I mean, crates of weapons, all kinds of crates of alchemy supplies. I mean, there is a lot of money worth of supplies in this room. And the thing that's most intriguing is, why are these here? I mean, everything that you've seen in this, in this small catacomb has been fragile to the touch, like the books. As soon as you turn a page, the pages just melt, turn into dust. All of the weapons that were on the floor, they were damaged, excluding the skeletal weapons. These cages are in relatively good shape, but all these supplies, they seem to have just been recently moved here, not too long ago. But Elephane, you do notice that in the back corner of this room on the right-hand side, you actually find a chest.
Dave,
Glorious.
Question, what type of weapons were in the weapons crate? Just general weapons?
Just common weapons, nothing of exquisite quality or anything.
Would there be like a satchel or like a type of backpack in there?
Sure, you can find. There's plenty of sacks and backpacks and stuff. So if you want
I
a
take a
backpack,
backpack
yeah,
and
sure.
I pocket as many of the alchemic ingredients as I can.
Yeah, they're in
Amongst the
big
alchemy ingredients,
bunches.
is there any lyrium?
There is no lyrium, not that you have seen. No.
Yeah.
I would
Well-
like to check this chest for traps and all that.
Okay. Give me a perception traps. Doesn't seem like there's anything on it. You feel pretty confident, or you think.
I'm fine with that. I'll open it.
All right, you open it up, and there's lots of hay, lots of straw, and you move it around, and you can actually find these little vials, and these little vials appear to be some type of potion, and there's 6 of them in this chest.
I obviously don't see that because I'm out in the corridor, correct?
You do not see
I would
this.
take all 6 of these potions
Okay.
and move back to the elder so I can speak with him.
Okay.
Whilst
And also,
that's
Bella,
happening-
you see the corridor move to the east as well. It continues on into it looks like a circular type of chamber, and this chamber has sort of like a blue orris type of glow coming from the floor towards the end of the room as well.
I will very carefully approach
Okay.
and
Move back, please, into the hallway.
okay.
Question before we go on with Vel, for the alchemic ingredients, you said there were in bunches?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Test. You guys hear me yet?
Yes, sir.
The old meat grinder hits you too. Bell, come on, dude. Bell walked right into another trap. All right, you will take a total of 9 damage, and what I want you to do is, as you go into the room, I did a silent perception roll for you as well, and that's why you did not see the tripwire below you.
Cool.
I want you to do a dex check, please.
Can I just take the full 9 damage?
No, just do a dex check.
No, I was just going to take the full 9 damage.
Acrobatics. Dex acrobatics.
Dex. 16.
Oh yeah, you only take 4 damage, so you're able to
Okay.
as
But
you
I'm now into the room.
you
is
are
that
into
correct?
the room now. Yes, you do like an acrobatic type of tumble into the room.
I didn't know I had it in me. 4 damage, sorry?
4 damage, correct? Not a whole lot. Rolling horrible on those 3d6s, and also Elephane, you hear another trap. You hear blades spinning, and you hear a little ah.
And you hear
I'll
me.
give a soft chuckle.
Another trap?
Hey, what's up,
So what do I
Avamars?
see in
Good to
this
see
room
you, man.
now?
Haven't seen you in a
I'm
while.
in it.
All right, as you enter this room, you see an altar directly in front of you. You see some other books, and you also see a chest against the southern wall. And it's on the altar. There is sort of like a small device on top, and it has the indention of what Ashara had shown you, the link, the chain link. You can actually see the impression of where that link sat for many, many years. It's
Now, I
actually
believe-
impressed into the altar itself.
Raven, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe, did you not give me the link after Ashara gave it to you?
Yeah, you have the pouch.
Okay. I'm going to very carefully
Okay.
circle this thing on the floor.
Okay.
I don't actually walk in it. If I look at it, can I discern anything about it?
You can tell that even though the link is broken, that if you put the link together, it will definitely fit into the indention onto the altar. You know that much for sure. You can just visually look at the link and then look at the indention and say, wow, that's definitely a match. So to confirm what the elder had told you, yes, Mythalon did find this link here.
And if I look at this actual thing on the floor, can I discern anything about that?
You can give me an arcanic lore.
Okay, 1 second. That's a cunning check, I believe.
It is.
And I get a +2 because I actually have...
You have arcane,
Yeah,
don't you?
arcane.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely
18.
a nice roll. Yeah, you can tell that this is just a ward. It's basically just for protection, and you don't understand why the ward itself is still on the ground. But you're thinking that this ward has been here for probably hundreds, if not 1,000 years. That's probably why the ward is still there, is because it's basically just broken magic. And
Okay,
you're able to go over. You're actually able to step on the ward and nothing happens. So you're thinking that it's probably just like a dead type of magic. Even though it's still active, it's just dead.
And, oh, never mind, I was going to say heavy over to you, but TS just cut out again.
But you're thinking that the magic is probably gone
Is it up yet?
because of the magic that was put into the link. So once the link was probably activated, the rune you're thinking that the rune activated, probably powered the link. So you're thinking that the demon that is possessing Mythalon was probably trapped within the rune itself. That's
so
what
it's more a
so that's the
protection
conclusion that you're
to
coming
keep
from.
something there rather than keep something out.
Correct.
Heavy, yes, we could hear you.
All
Yeah,
right.
we can
I'm
hear
gonna
you.
Try to look for that same type of mechanism for the trap and to stop the blades, please.
You can give me a roll to do that.
Which one would you like?
You can give me a perception if you got traps. You can add a bonus onto that if you have traps. You looked at it and said, I've never seen anything like this before. And you're like, hey, Elephane, get over here.
So, would I have found any, like, big long metal poles or sticks or anything while searching through the supply stuff?
That's my disarm.
That will definitely work. You're able to
Never.
get the blades stowed away back into the false panels, and you're able to disarm the mechanism to where it won't spring out again.
Is there any way that I could recreate this rune? Or would I actually need a skill to be able to do it?
You don't think you actually possess the magical knowledge and the magical power yet to do anything like that. This looks to be past your knowledge of magic. Even with all of your
Awesome.
training in the Circle Tower and everything,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like you're able to repeat or accomplish anything like this. Not yet.
Okay. And this thing on the altar, can it actually be lifted and removed, or is it...
It's all one part. It's all one piece.
Okay.
I enter the room.
I tell the party of what I have discovered. I tell
And
them that I tell them what I am aware, what I know of this rune here, and that the link that we have appears to come from the object that is affixed to the altar. And I tell them that I'm basically like using common sense. It appears that the demon that has basically like affected the elf was trapped within this room, and when they broke the object here, it released the demon, which then took over the elf, whose name I have genuinely forgotten.
I turned and asked Bella, maybe we should, shot in the dark, try to trace this rune on a piece of paper, so you could take it back to your circle place and see what they say about it.
Wow, that's a great
Whenever
idea.
you're done here.
I'm going to give you an XP bonus tonight for that.
Thank you.
That's good.
I was going to do that.
Were you really? Yeah, that.
I was legit going to do
that was
that.
good,
So I was
man.
asking, could I recreate it?
I'm impressed. I'm going to give you a small 25 EXP bonus for tonight for that.
That's kind of actually what I was meaning when I was like kind of recreate. I was literally just meaning kind of recreating some like parchment or something like that, so I could take it back and actually ask them about it.
So I guess your role was for that chest down there,
Yeah.
Elephant.
I stumped that chest.
Yeah, you are really confident that there's nothing on this chest as well, and it seems to be the same type of chest, the same type of quality, the same type of mechanisms that actually open up that chest, and you pop it open. Boop.
And the contents and
The contents in this box. There's actually 2 arrows in this box.
Sweet. They will go directly into my quiver.
There are 2 arrows, and then there is also a ring.
Do I see him doing this?
Oh yeah, he's yeah. You see him. You know, everybody looks at him. You know, popping the chest open and picking up 2 arrows and going, "Wow, looks pretty cool." And these arrows have like a faint glow to them as well, so you know that these arrows definitely have some type of magical power. And the ring as well. The ring was in a sort of like a handkerchief, and when you open up the handkerchief, it had like a not a really bright glow, but sort of like just a faint aura around the ring itself.
I kind of like hold my hand out for the ring and say, "May I have a look at that, please?"
Whoa.
Have we searched these books yet?
Yeah, the books they're basically just of elvish lore, of past battles, heroes, a lot of information about the area. But as you touch a page, or if you try to turn it, it's so brittle the page just turns into dust.
Sorry, I was speaking to Elephant.
I was gonna hold it up to your light and see if there's any symbols on it.
On the rings, on the ring,
Yes.
no, it's just a copper type of band.
Okay, I'll toss it to him. Then go back to the prisoner room.
If I look it over, or when it's in my hand, can I like feel anything coming from it at all, or can I ascertain or discern anything about it from like my knowledge or just from my experience within the actual Circle Tower and my personal experience with magic?
Now this is okay. Time out a second on them. Now I'm a little weary on how magic because there's really no spells for the mages.
So that's why
that,
I'm not sure.
You know, I don't know if I'm not really sure how items are actually identified. Maybe an Arcana check. I would say maybe an Arcane check. Arcana.
A magic check, maybe.
I'm happy to go with whatever you want to go with because I'm not sure myself. To be honest, I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I would say that, you know, any of the mages could probably spend maybe I would say it would have to be like maybe during a rest or something when you have some time that you've actually been able to sit down and actually study the item, and maybe that's what we'll do, because I just don't want to say, yeah, it's or it's this, or it's this, or I think there should be some kind of study involved to determine